Even the most self-sufficient creature needs help at crucial moments. What would you do if a kitten is limping and a mama duck is crying for her ducklings? Hang on to find out how two soldiers rescued an elk from mud. But first things first, so let's start with squirrels. I mean, who doesn't like squirrels? This adorable one was stuck in a fishing net. The poor creature was found by two boys who used a pair of scissors to cut off the spiky pieces of the net. The little fellow was so thankful that it didn't want to leave the guys when they tried to release it in the wild. Look how it's cuddling. The boys then made a specially customized home for the squirrel with an obstacle course and a little feeding hut. The dog was home alone when its tail got stuck in a piece of cloth. It is barking very loudly so that someone may hear its cries and come to help. A police officer comes to the scene for the rescue of the dog. He cuts off the cloth by using a scissor. And look how happy and relieved the dog is after getting to know that he has been untangled as he immediately hugs the officer. Sharks are deemed as threatening animals, but this one here had to resort to a diver to get out a knife stuck in its body. Look how restlessly it is swimming. The diver manages to get it out, and you can see how calm it is now that the pain is over. What's sad is that the shark was harmed by humans themselves. The man who was filming the video was feeding this fox for over a year. This time, when he came to feed his friend, he noticed that the animal is signaling him somewhere. The man got curious and followed the fox. Look how the animal is looking back to see if he's being followed. After reaching the destination, it was discovered that the fox brought him to meet his babies. She wanted the man to know that she's a mama now and will need more food for the babies at this spot. This cat was stuck in a water body and was meowing for help. Let's all applaud both the cat and the person's thinking capability. The human slipped a rope to the cat so that it would grab the rope and get pulled. Luckily, the smart cat understood the assignment and was saved from abandonment. The quack quack of some ducklings was coming out of a drain who got stuck there accidentally. Their mama was roaming here and there restlessly. A rescue team was called and they managed to get the little baby ducklings out of the sewer. Look how cheerily they went back to the mother. Mama raised ain't no quitter. This little elephant was only 6 days old when it was abandoned by its herd due to an illness. A group of rescuers found it and saved it from the wilderness. Look how thankful he is. I'm sure all of you have heard the story of the infamous thirsty crow. Here, see the real-life depiction of it. The black crow is trying very hard to open the bottle so that he can quench his thirst. After a long trial, he is still unable to open it. The person sitting nearby intervened to help and open the bottle. He gives water to the crow by filling it in the cap. A couple was thrilled to witness a flock of beautiful migratory ducks when they saw that one was in pain. It seemed as if it had a ring of plastic coiled around the neck and entangled in the beak. The animal was trying hard to free itself from the spiral. The couple fashioned a safe trap so that they could get closer to free the bird. Their efforts went in vain as the duck was very distraught. But after understanding that they were just trying to help him, the bird went into the cage. At last, they were able to save the poor bird from the misery. Turtles can sure swim in deep waters, but sometimes their short limbs and feet can handicap them. Look, here is a turtle who can be clearly seen signaling a snorkeler for help. It turned out that the little creature had something stuck on his back, and he was simply unable to shake it off. Maybe he should have contacted Taylor Swift. Okay, lame joke, I get it. Apparently, it was a shell, and the man helped him to take off the stuck piece. He stuck around for a couple of seconds and then went away by saying, "See ya, mate." Recent forest fires in Australia influence almost 3 billion animals over the whole continent. Animals were shattered over this devastating incident and were requesting help from humans. In this video, you can see how the little koala bear is asking for assistance as he is alone in the burning woods. Due to the intense heat, the firefighters offer him water from their water bottles. See how he isn't letting go of the bottle until his thirst will quench? During the drought in Karnataka, a state in India, a giant cobra was seen looming in the human population. The people, who themselves were quite miserable due to weather conditions, sensed the suffering of the snake and offered him water from the bottle. Look how calmly he is sipping through the bottle. We have a very heartwarming clip for you in which a person goes out of bounds to help the animal. This poor ostrich got stuck in an icy moat, and it was desperately signaling for help. Some of the locals tried to guide the bird to safety, but it was badly stuck. Rescuers arrived and cleared the blocks of ice, but the animal was still reluctant to move. Finally, a zookeeper jumped in, and after trying for 2 icy minutes, he managed to get the animal back on land. Everybody cheered the man for his display of immense bravery. A guy was hiking an Australian mountain when he saw a huge, furry sheep alone there. The sheep looked like a huge, cloudy mass hovering on the land. The sheep was hungry and tired and wanted the man's help. The man called animal rescuers, and when they arrived, they were shocked to see this wool-packed sheep. Honestly, look how stuffed he is. It turned out that the sheep escaped his farm and roamed in the wilderness for years. And for all those years, his wool never got trimmed. He got really famous around social media by the name of Alex the Sheep. In Costa Rica, some boaters noticed that a sloth was struggling to swim inside the ocean. They thought it needed help, so they dropped their paddle on the water, and seeing this rescue sign, the sloth immediately hopped on it. It turned out that the sloth was tired of swimming for a long time and needed a little help. See how comfortably he is sitting on top of the paddle, enjoying the lift?
The following video has some content that viewers may find disturbing.
This can be a disturbing clip for any dog lover. Here you can see how a dog is suffering from accidental poisoning. Luckily, the rescue personnel arrived on time with an antidote and saved him. A fellow dog also stops by, seeing his fella in extreme misery. Well, I for one am glad that the dog will be safe and sound. Watch this little baby kitten whose lower limbs have been dislocated by some accident. The mama of the baby kitten can be seen asking for help from humans over the poor condition of her child. It looks as if the human does help them in this difficult situation, as the cat now is happy and healthy. This little birdie was trying to relax under the shade of a car tire away from the scorching heat of the sun, and it looks like she chose the right car. The owner offered her a little water and later gave the birdie a ride in his AC car. This duck family was facing much difficulty crossing the road. Look, the whole family is standing on the edge of the road waiting for the cars to stop. Luckily, all the cars present there stopped their vehicles and helped the family to complete the journey safely. Man, they look so darn cute. Where can I get one? Everybody knows that bats are very skeptical of humans, but in this clip, see how a bat is forced to ask a human for help. This flying fox falls into the pool in a house. It asked the lady present there for help. The woman picked up the wet bat from the pool with a piece of cloth and nursed the creature back to health. You can even hear her voice in the background as she says, "Don't you even think about biting me."
Don't you even think about biting me.
The clip is kinda ironic in a way that both the woman and the bat don't like each other, but that doesn't stop them from getting along in this hour of need. This poor elk got stuck in a pit of mud. He tries his best to get out, but is badly plunged. He was very cold and weak, and it indicates that he was stuck there for a long time. The men tried to get him out of extending a wooden log, but the animal wasn't even able to move. The elk was hypothermic and exhausted during the whole endeavor, but in the end, he gathered all his energy and came out of there. Hats off to these men who risked their lives in order to help a poor animal. That's it for today. See you next time.